Check that's live before I do anything else. Right, it's live now, so I'm going to do the intro. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to OGLSimRacing's Formula Championship 2014. We are live at Albert Park, Australia for the qualifying session. With me at the minute is Florian, and a bit later we'll have Dave. So hi Florian.
Hello.
So then, let's have a look who we've got out on track. Alex is in the pit lane now, so let's just go through and see. So what are you expecting from qualifying then?
Yeah, I think Alex and Luke should be at the front, quite comfortable. And then it's quite open for everybody. The Ferraris maybe, Dan and Joe could be in the mix for the top positions.
We are just watching Dan now come through. Oh, and he's pulled into the pit lane. Robbed us of watching him go across the line. So then we're watching Luke now. So you think Luke and Alex could be in the shout of the pole at the minute? As we watch Luke come down the back straight. And he goes 1 second slower than Alex. So that is quite slow. I was expecting him to be closer. Maybe he's just warming up things, but that is it at the minute. So Alex Cooper is first, and Lovett is up in second place. That's a very good showing from him. Luke is in P3 and Kevin Masser's in P4.
Yeah, I think so far the people are up there. We expected them to be there. So
looking a bit further down the field, Harley Hamnet is in P4. Were you expecting that as well?
Yeah, I think Harley can surely be in the top 5 at the end of the session.
Hopefully, because McLaren haven't been doing too well the previous season, so hopefully they'll get a good showing with that. As we are still watching Luke, he's going quite slowly, so maybe he's on an in lap. Let's go around and see who else we're looking for. A lot of people have already done a few laps, so remember we only have a maximum of 9 laps this season. So other than that, yeah, let's go through and have a look. So we're on board with Kevin Masser when he pulls into the pit lane. That helps.
I think Rob is having a go in the Ferrari.
Whereabouts Rob? Right, 8. Yeah, we're on board with Rob down into turn 1 now. So do you want to talk through the lap a little bit then while he goes through?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, it's down to turn 3 now, I think. One of the slowest corners of the track. Up to third gear then, left-hander. Tricky on the outside the curbs. If you go too wide, he just spins you off. Yeah, just in sector 1 here. Tricky right-hander braking. But he did quite well, I think. Yeah, now down to another hard braking now. Down to second again. Yeah, quite well. Bit oversteer out of the corner. And now the back straight. About 300. And into the fast left right hander. Yeah, quite tidy. Yeah, now into the last twisty section. Yeah, braking quite well in there. And now into the final few corners now. Yeah, got it all quite clean. And then now early on the power. And let's see where he's gonna go. P7. But still 2 seconds off, so yeah, I think an okay lap.
Not too bad lap from Rob. Do you think they could maybe be a bit higher, or do you think that's roughly where the Ferrari's is at the minute?
Position wise, I think they are roughly where we should expect them. But pace wise, there's should be a improvement for both.
So what do you think we're expecting in the race then? Do you think people are going to stay on softs until the last minute, or do you think we'll see people switching to mediums to try and counterbalance some of the heating issues we're having with the softs, where people are overheating the rears and having a bit of trouble trying to control the car?
I think it's gonna be a two-stop race. Don't know which strategy the guys are going for. May some start on the medium tire, but most obviously gonna go with the softer. And yeah, then it's an open game. I think going twice for the mediums or twice for the options or something completely different. I don't know. Yeah, will be interesting to see during the race what people gonna do.
So we're just watching Alex now. He is currently an entire second quicker than second place, which is his teammate Daniel Lovett. Not really what I expected. I think Luke's having a few connection issues, but he's going out now to try and do his laps. Maybe they've gone for a very heavy qualifying setup, because remember Parc Ferme is in play at the minute. So do you think that's what maybe Luke's done? He's gone with full race and it's going to hamper his qualifying a little bit?
I don't know actually, but yeah, Alex is always quick, so and Luke as well. I'm not sure if they're gone for a quali setup. I think they're both smart enough to think about the race, because that's where I get the points. So I think they didn't go exactly for a quali setup just to get that fast lap and a good grid position. I think, as I said, they know well enough that the race is where it matters most.
As we watch Alex now come across the start-finish straight, is this going to improve his time? And it doesn't. He's a little bit off. He's just under a tenth slower than his best time. So Alex is looking pretty glued to the track. Let's
Yeah,
have
indeed.
a little.
The car is looking quite blended in the corners and doing braking, so could be on his way to pole.
As we look at the Caterham of Tommy Hagen in P6, we haven't heard much of Tommy over the winter, but he looks planted and looks like he's going to hopefully keep up the good results that Caterham had last season as he pulled into the pit and abandons that run. So we're not going to see that. And Joe has just gone across the line and P7, still 1.7 seconds off the pace of pole, so just shows how dominant Alex's current laps are currently
Yeah,
being.
I think, sorry to interrupt, but Luke is on a lap, I think, so should be worth watching.
Yeah, okay, Luke is coming through the first sector now. Oh no, he's got another few turns yet. So we are watching Luke now come through, and he's 5/10ths off Alex in the first sector, so that's maybe a little bit better. I'm not too sure. I've just realised Kevin Mass has popped into P2. That's a very good showing from Kevin Mass. He's only a tenth quicker than Daniel Lovett, who's now in P3. So that's pushed Luke down to P4.
Yeah, but still the gap, nearly 1 second, so...
Yeah. It's gonna be bad for Alex this year, I think, during the race, because he's a tyre chewer. And I think with the quite sensitive tyres this season, he's gonna struggle with also no traction control. And maybe we'll see during the race Alex starting to struggle, and then maybe him losing the lead, and you never know, maybe hampering his race quite a lot due to the fact he either had to look after his tyres or have to pit an extra time than other people just because he's aggressive on his tyres. We watch Luke, he stays before, so Luke is quite far off. I think from P5 downwards, yeah, it's getting quite close in the field at the minute. Arjan brings up the rear at the minute in 21st place. He hasn't done a lap yet, and he looks to be not going that strong at the minute, unless he's just had a few mistakes. We'll keep watching and see what he does. So this is Arjan now through.
Yep, go on.
We'll just watch Arjan just to see what he does. We haven't had much coverage for the Force India yet this qualifying session, so we'll just watch see what he does. His teammate Euros, let's see where he is. He is currently P7, so that's quite a good showing for him. He's knocked Tommy Hagen down a bit. So he's 2.4 seconds off in the first sector, so it doesn't look that good for Arjan at the moment. Looks like maybe he's backed off.
Quite unstable out of the corners.
He's either backed off a little bit, or he's having a few issues.
Nah, I think he's still on a quick run, but still the car's looking very slow.
So now we're finally joined by Dave. Hey, Dave.
Woo!
Sorry, we started without you because we thought we better cover qualifying. So you're ready to take the reins.
Final, so.
So you're oh nice. So you're ready to take over from me, and I can go back and do race control stuff.
Yeah, cool, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, so if Flo could like just do this couple of minutes to catch me up.
Yeah, I can do that. So at the minute it's Alex up front by 9 tenths over Kevin in the Red Bull, who is on his final run, I believe. Now he's in the pits. Then it's Dan in the second Mercedes and P3. The top 4 only covered by 1/10, so quite close up there. Then it's Luke in the Lotus on his outlap, I think. Then we got Harley in P5, Euros in P6, Tommy Hagen P7, Fleming in the Ferrari P8 right now on a quick run, I think. Then we got Simon in P9. Rob in the second Ferrari, P10 right now. Danny Ribbons in the Marussia, P11. Quite close actually from P8 to P12, just half a second. Then we got Doro Stoika in the Toro Rosso, P12 right now, and Daniel Hahn in the second Williams, P13. On his final run as well, I believe. Miles in the Red Bull is in the pits right now. Just done 1 run. Maybe he just plans one more. Tom in the Sauber P15. Max in the Arrows in P16. Then we got Simon in the second Caterham P17. 3.6 seconds off so far. So some room for improvement there. Then we got Joao in the second Arrows, P18, and Lee in P19 right now, 6 seconds off, so some room to improve, I think, for him. Or maybe he just wants to stay out of trouble for the race and stays at the back. And Arshan 10 seconds off, so he must have some huge problems. So 3 minutes left. Gonna look who's going out right now. Alex is just heading out of the pits. Kevin in the pits, Dan, Harley as well, Joe. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for catching me up there, and yeah, once again I apologise for being late. I was playing football and won the cup final, so I haven't allowed that one off, I'm sure. Yeah, so Alex going out for his final run with 2 minutes 40 seconds left. Have a quick flip through to see who else is on a lap as we go into the closing stages. Harley Hamnet in the McLaren now leaving the pits. Joe Moore also on an outlap. Tommy Egan's still in the pits. Rob is on a lap by the looks of it. He's cruising the last sector though, so not on a lap. Simon Crane in the Williams, 7/10 down sector 1.
Yeah, but he's on a flyer, so maybe worth watching. See where he can go.
Oh, he's in P9 at the moment. Well, Daniel Lovett up in P3. That's nice to see. Finally getting some luck and pace going in this league. not really had much. 1.3 down for Simon in the second. Oh, and he's dropped it. That is the worst corner on this track by a mile.
Yeah, but he still managed to keep the car in one piece, so...
Awesome save.
Yeah.
Han is on a lap also in the Williams. Is it Daniel Han?
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Han. Cool.
Yeah, but he's going slow, so...
Going slow. Oh, P14. I hate new drivers. Max Kane, P15. Oh, it's hard to see the names. What's going on with this stream? Anyway. P17 still in the pits. Lee Miller, P9. Arjan, P20. Is Alex started his lap yet? Alex is on his lap. So let's watch him do this one. On pole already, 22.7. And that Mercedes copying what they did in real life just a couple of weeks ago. And
yeah, indeed. Mercedes first, Red Bull second, then another Mercedes.
Yeah.
And then a McLaren.
Perfect. Alex is 600ths up on his current pole time as he comes towards the end of the lap. My favourite part of the track, this. Nice and flowing. This is I always set the car up for this part of the track. This is where you can gain the most time. Nice sweeping corner. And into the final corner then. Out of it comes Alex Cooper. And tip for the favourite for the title this season. Across the line he goes, and it's a 22.4. And he's just basically destroyed the opposition with that lap.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, yeah, and the Red Bull driver's in the wall. That's what we don't like seeing. I would say his name, but I can't, so you have a guess. Daniel Lovett staying in the pits in P3. He is going to settle for that. Kevin Mass, I think it's Kevin Mass anyway, in P2 is on a lap, but he is 2 seconds down. Anyone else? Harley Hamlet brings it into the pits, and that will keep him in P5. Joe Moore exits as well in P6, and it looks like that is it. P15. Go on, Flo, say his name.
That's Tom Oklinski.
There we go, Clincy. Alright, I'll try and do that one. Oh, and he's down anyway. That was not worth saying. And it looks like that is it for the runners. Yep, everyone is done. And as my screen goes mad, that leaves Alex Cooper on pole for the first race of the season. So, awesome. Let's see if we can get any people in for qualifying interviews. And while we wait, I've missed it, so Flo, you can do a quick recap on quali.
Yeah, so it's Alex getting pole on the first race of the season by 1.1 seconds. Quite a amazing gap, to be honest. I expected it to be quite close, so well done to him. Kevin Mass in the Red Bull second, then it's Dan in P3, Luke in P4, Harley P5, Joe Moore in the second Lotus in P6, then it's Euros in the Force India, doing very well, I think, P7. Tommy Hagen in the Caterham P8, then it's Rob in the Ferrari, Simon Crane P10, Fleming, who qualified on mediums if I see that correct, P11, Danny Ribbons P12, Doro Stoica P13, Danny Hahn in P14 in the second Williams, some 3 seconds off. Then it's Miles in the second Red Bull, P15. Tom in the Sauber, P16. Max, P17. Simon Martby, P18. Joao in the second Arrows, P19. Then it's Lee in P20 and Arjan 10 seconds off in last place.
Awesome. That's how it was. Everyone on options then, I guess, apart from P13, was it?
Yeah, I saw Fleming. I think he's the only one on mediums. Says unknown compound for some cars. So I don't know if that's right, but so far, from what I'm seeing, should be only him.
Awesome. Lee Miller, it says he's on medium, so maybe he's going to start on them tyres. Did he do a lap? Yeah, he did do a lap. As we just, the guys are going to have a warm up. Yeah, warm up now starting for the drivers. As Luke has just left the server. Hopefully, it's no internet connection problems for him. Yeah, I feel like I'm naked. I've got no information to go by. No drivers want to interview, so we'll just commentate to ourselves, talk amongst ourselves. Yeah, Alex Cooper favourite for the title. Then Flo, now yourself is you're retired, doing some gardening, I guess. Probably his main challenger for the season will be Luke in the Sauber, in the Lotus now actually. And then the rest is just all to play for.
Yeah, I think that's just what it's gonna be like, Luke and against Alex. And the rest is just... yeah, it's a free for all, I think. Anybody's battling behind. But maybe we get a surprise. And someone else is gonna jump in the title battle.
Indeed, yeah. Nice to see Daniel Lovett so high. I think that's the best I've seen in qualifying OGL up in P3. Newcomer Kevin Mass up in P2. Harley Hamlet in the McLaren P4. I haven't really seen him do testing much during the winter, but he's come and he's on the grid and he's looking quick. One driver that should be here, Matt Varley. I think he would have done quite well this season. Yeah, he's a great driver, quick driver. Hopefully he comes back soon. I know he's missing it already because he's crying on Skype. But yeah, it'd be good to see him back soon. Tommy Hagen, P7, looking good. Rob, P8, as Flo already said. We just wait for everyone to get their bums warmed up. Alex Cooper drops it actually during warm-up. Hopefully we don't see that during the race.
Yeah, better now than during the race.
Exactly. Yeah, Simon Crane up in the top 10 as well. He's always been there. The last couple of seasons, Flo, he's improved quite a lot.
Yeah, I think he was third in the championship a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's stayed solid every race. And yeah, quite an improvement to the previous years, I think.
I'm just trying to see what's going on in the server. Dan Lovett, it looks like he's left the game. So yeah, having a few connection problems with the drivers now on the server. Hopefully they can all get back in and we can get going soon. I really do like the look of that Mercedes though. Obviously I'm the only one on that view.
I actually do like the Ferrari.
Wow, you are like the boss of that car. You've been in it for the last, what, 5 seasons? 4 or 5 seasons?
Yeah, I took over from you if I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it, like 3 seasons or 2? Yeah, something like that.
Most successful team in OGL, the Ferrari. So it'd be interesting to see if Rob and Fleming can keep up that that we've built up there, Flo.
It's gonna be quite hard, but you never know. Yeah, I think they try their best.
Simon Crane in the Williams just on the grid now doing a practice start. I think we're just waiting for a couple more drivers to return. If anybody wants to drop a message either on Skype or on Twitter, then leave a message and I'll do a shout out for you during the race. I know Matt Varley's keeping me busy, but he isn't really saying nothing for me to say on the actual stream, so say something useful, Matt, and then I'll say it on here. Warm up, Alex Cooper in the 26.9s, so is that the race pace we're all looking at?
Yeah, roughly I think 26, 27s should be the race pace for the front runners.
As whoever's in the room with you just did a nice cough as you started speaking, so you can say thank you to them later.
Yeah.
Alex Cooper, currently 2 tenths up on his time in the warm-up. Have you gone over the calendar yet, you and Matt?
No, we haven't.
No, let's have a quick look at that then. Well, we're waiting for the race to start. We're in Australia, obviously.
Yeah.
And we are racing in 1 week's time, not 2 weeks, for the Malaysian Grand Prix. Then we will go to Bahrain, China, Turkey, and then Monaco, one of my highlights. Then Canada, then Austria. Remember, the real F1 calendar is in Austria now, so we will be following that. Then Germany. Obviously, Florian's home, so I guess he's going to cheer on his boys for that one. Silverstone, Hungary. Then Belgium, my favourite race of the season. Italy, Monza. Japan, Suzuka. Austin, USA. And then, obviously, rounding out the season in Brazil. The 16 race calendar for this season. All pretty much standout tracks. The only one I dislike is probably Turkey is my least favourite on that one, but going to be a good season.
Yeah, I think so as well. Always action-packed in OGL, so yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. It's a long year, 16 races, gotta be consistent every race to get good points, cause one race, one DNF, and you could be out of the title hunt.
Indeed. So our first message comes through over Skype, courtesy of Matt Varley, who should be racing. Get your ass on here. And he says, think Alex for the championship. Luke looks closest to him, but looking at Kevin Lovett may surprise this season. Dan Lovett can push this season as long as he keeps his head and goes for it. And yeah, I completely agree with that. Dan Lovett always has his highlights in a few races, but his head tends to drop here and there. So hopefully he can keep his head down for the season and we see some action from him. As we're just getting a few orders from race control. Get this race underway. We're running a bit late. And yeah, I'm going to apologise now, but I haven't eaten for like the last 4 hours. So I'm going to eat a biscuit while Flo talks.
Yeah, do that.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah, I think we should actually manage. It's the 10th time we now race here at Melbourne.
Already? Wow.
Yeah, 9 races so far, and this is the 10th. With me and you and Half actually winning twice. Once for Alex, and what was the other one?
I've only won once. I want to recount. Twice.
Yeah, me and you twice, and Half as well. And once
Martin
Alex.
O'Connor.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, I might have to return then to get that record back. I ain't having no one equal me.
Yeah, see what the future brings.
Also, Matt Varley thinks there's going to be... What does that say? My eyes have just gone all blurry. Ah, guess. There we go. I thought I was reading it wrong, but he spelled it wrong. He guessed there's going to be an incident before turn 1. He'll be surprised if it's not. Let's hope not. Let's hope everyone gets a good start to their season. And we see the wings staying on the track. How many drivers we got today? We've got 22. Nope, 20. Help me out here. I'm confused myself. Wow. I need to learn how to count. Anyway, I think the race is about to start as the grid is now set. Oh, 2 people have just joined back in, so we're just setting a grid for them. I hate these pauses, Flo. You have to try and ramble on and find something to say.
Yeah, always the same.
It's new. How do you feel? Let's talk about you. You left the car, your first race in commentary. How are you feeling? You nervous?
Yeah, same as driving, actually.
It's not as bad when the lights go off. Don't worry. Who is that in P2? Another name. Yeah, I'm just gonna actually say the names of the cars, like driver 1 for the names I can't say. Eurus. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'll probably insult him.
I don't think so. And if it's wrong, he can still tell us afterwards.
Yeah. If you want us to say your name right, get on TeamSpeak. Otherwise, it's your fault. But yeah, wait for the race to start. Something else interesting. I don't know if I've mentioned, but I won the cup final tonight. Yeah, got a trophy in my hand. So I'll probably say it again by the end of the stream because I won the cup final. Just in case I didn't tell you already.
Doesn't happen every day.
It doesn't. No, that's the first cup I've won in a long time. I've won the league quite a few times, but not the cup. So yeah, it's nice to get that. Well, I got through the semi-finals 2 weeks ago on penalties, and only one got past. So I was like kind of hyped up to make sure we win this one. But yeah, that's me. We're on R factor now. I suppose I'll have to shut up. But just before I leave that subject, I won the cup final tonight. So yeah, okay, back to racing. Albert Park. I might actually message Matt because we're like 17 minutes over. Yeah, so look, everyone's loaded their race setups by the looks of it, and we have Fleming, Lee Miller, Loz, all on mediums. The rest are on softs. So it'd be interesting to watch them guys later in the race to see if they can take advantage of the other guys pitting early.
Yeah, maybe an early safety car, and they can go for the softs, and yeah, maybe an advantage later on.
Exactly, yep. So forgot to mention we got a safety car today as well, driven by Matt. I'm not going to say his last name because last time I done it wrong and he didn't like it, you know. So I don't think I even actually say your name right. It's Gaia, isn't it? Florian Gaia. Gaia. See, I did say it right. The other guys in the other league say it as Gaia. So anyway. Arjan could surprise a few as well. He also looks quick but makes silly mistakes, Matt Varley says. Which, again, yeah, spot on. Arjan on his day, like we said in pre-season testing, can really turn some heads. But when he's having an off day, you really, really notice it. And where is he now? He's at the back of the grid, isn't he?
Yeah, last.
Is he last? Okay. Yeah, 10 seconds off, or whatever that is. So yeah, maybe this is one of them off days. The good way to start the season. Oh, excuse me, I've got to cough my guts up, man. Oh, that's good. That biscuit went down the wrong way. Ah. Yeah, 1 minute to go, Matt says, on the server. But I think that was probably a minute ago because I haven't been looking. So hopefully we can start any second now. See, I love the start of the seasons. It's always the most nerve-wracking time to find out everyone's true pace. And like you're just sitting there like waiting for the lights to go out and it's like, wow, how are you so quick?
Yeah, indeed.
And Matt now just asking everyone if they're all ready. Everyone's giving it the all thumbs up. Everyone says yes. Luke asked a question, but I can't see that. And yeah,
non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
I shall get the server ready. My god, these are the worst cameras. What the hell's going on? Right, I guess we're not going to use those cameras. As we are waiting for everyone to form on the grid for the start of the race. And yep, so just like realage F1age, it is a Mercedes on pole. And wait, there's no warm-up lap? Why is there no warm-up lap? Okay, well there's no warm-up lap. So it's a Mercedes 1-2, and there's a car that's binned it already.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Notice there's no warm-up lap. Wait. Yeah. I'm just gonna check that there is a warm-up lap.
Yeah, so no formation lap is gonna be a crazy start.
Yeah.
Cold tires, so guys gotta watch out in turn 1 and turn 3 for the braking.
Oh! I like how everyone asks if I'm ready. You know, for the race and never pile up for the start.
Yeah, Alex is through in P1 still. Kevin behind and Luke in P3. Then down to P4 I think. And then it's Harley. And I can't see a freaking Ferrari in the back. Yeah, there he is.
The Lotus just gone off in turn 3. Sorry about that boring start,
I think
but
it was,
I wasn't ready.
Luke.
Was it Luke? Yeah. So yeah, Alex Cooper leads away. Pardon my stutter.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Okay.
Great start as usual.
No idea what's going on, so I'm gonna just make sure I'm ready this time because we didn't get a warning last time and I missed the start. Yeah, that's Matt's prediction right. Anyway, Matt Varley, he predicted a crash, and there's been millions of them. So yeah, here come the lights. Then hopefully third time lucky. Alex Cooper on pole, and we are away. And yep, again, we've got,
in the wall.
Yep, another crash.
Ooh. Yeah, but
Alex
the rest
Cooper
looks fine, I think.
So again, it's Alex Cooper from Kevin Mass. We've got Luke around the outside now
and
in
then
turn
side by
3.
side with Luke.
Yep, side by side with Dan, who's got the racing line. Yes, he covers the inside. Dan Lovett up into P3. Can he hold the line? Yes, he can. Let's look through the rest of the pack. Make sure the guys are getting through cleanly. 2 Ferraris lying astern there as they come through the pack. And yeah, the rest are pretty cool. Anyone with broken wings back there?
Oh, Harley spun. Harley spun. Oh, and the Ferraris both in it.
Oh my, what a nice pile up. Coming through that narrows up there, so it's quite hard. There's a wheel overtaking a Ferrari, and the Ferrari wins. Here comes the car with the missing wheel, as a Williams. But yeah, back to the front. Let's just have a look what's going on. Alex Cooper pulling away from Kevin Mass. Dan Lovett still in P3. Luke closing up to the back of him as we come to the end of lap 1.
No safety car for that incident.
No safety car?
Yeah, I think it was quite a big crash, but yeah, race control will have his reasons.
Yep, and across the line we go. Alex Cooper leads the first lap of the season. 1.2 in front of Kevin Mass. Luke is all over the back of... is that a car that was stopped in the pit lane? On the end of the pit lane?
I think it's Miles. Miles is on the pits. The old guy.
We've got a car just stationary on the pit lane exit. As the arrows of Max Kane and Joe 10 and 11. Dan Ribbons P12. Lee Miller P13 in that gorgeous McLaren. Dan Haim is P14. And here we go with the pit stops. It is a Lotus driver. Someone just went past. Miles Dixon now leaving the pits.
Yeah, that's
Rob.
It's Tom who's and now he's gone out of the car.
Cool.
Yeah.
Rob in the pits now leaving. So there's a Lotus. Oh, and the other Ferrari as well. As Flo
yeah, both
did mention
in the incident with Harley, who's out already. So
yep. Alex Cooper doesn't even look like he's pushing, but he's getting a massive lead already over Kevin. Daniel Lovett in 3, spreading his legs now in front of Luke, and then Joe Moore in P5 all on his own. Tommy Yeager in P6, with Simon Crane trying to catch up, but he just went a bit wide. Alex Cooper, first lap the fastest lap posted 1:26.5. So yeah, faster than warm up. As we got Loz Ribbons coming under pressure now from Max Kane, and yeah, it's nice to see the arrows in the league.
Yeah, I think it's also the only close battle on track right now. Everyone else is spread a bit more, so should be it's too far away for a move.
Yep. So yeah, Joe in the arrows P12. He's got Lee Miller and Daniel Hahn behind him, and Hahn has closed right up to the back of the McLaren. Yeah, never interesting point there by Matt Varley. It just shows you what Daniel Lovett can do when he's on it, and punning away from Luke is quite an achievement so early on in this race. So let's hope he can keep that together. As our first overtake, is it Daniel Hahn on Lee Miller? No, he just has a little look just to say, I'm here, mate. Just watch out. I'll probably make... Oh, Lee Miller, he's broke late and gone wide. Lee Miller, never good at handling pressure, that dude. But through goes Dan in the Williams. And
sorry to interrupt. Fleming's out of the race.
Oh no, already.
Stayed in pits. Yeah, horror start for the season.
Yeah, both Ferraris struggling this race as Alex Cooper making it look easy. With Kevin Mass dropping back. Daniel Lovett now. Luke's very late on the brakes there, caught right up to the back of Daniel Lovett. And it looks like he's going to have a little run as he gets on the curve on the exit there. Oh, a bit wide again.
Goes a bit wide, yeah.
Yeah. Pushing it a bit there. He's also in the dirty air, so he's going to be destroying his tyres, so he needs to get past quick. And yeah, Daniel Lovett now. He looks comfortable, but yeah, let's just hope he can keep it there. As them girls on the TV screen there just put me off dancing on the beach. Anyway, as yeah, Luke closing up. Now let's go on board with this Lotus. Let's see how nice he's handling through these turns. As he's
I think watching from quali, the Lotus is going for quite low top speed, so it will be interesting to see if you can overtake them on the straight.
Right, yeah.
She's like 8 to 10 k's faster. So he needs a good run out of the corner here.
Yeah. Even in slipstream, that's quite a margin to make up. And you can see Daniel Lovett there pull away down the straight. So yeah, not really helping. Actually, Joe Moore is closing up on Luke. So it could be a battle of the teammates pretty soon. Let's just make sure there's no other battles going on, because I don't really want to miss anything for you guys. Oh, Joe Moore quite late again on the brakes. And yeah, those Lotuses are pretty late on the brakes, so if they could get close, we could see an overtake. We got the 9th and 10th battle between the brothers, the Rib brothers. Well, there is a bit of a gap actually. It looked closer in the timings.
Yeah, there's quite a huge gap between 8th and 9th.
Joe's got Dan all over him in the Williams. Oh, and he's lost it under braking, and manages to recover, but that's lost a position to Dan, and now he's got Lee Miller in 14th now, closing up. And yeah, Rob at the back in P15. Let's hope there's a safety car to recover his race. And also Miles Dixon. We've got another Caterham pitting again. Is this a drive-through? Yep, it was a drive-through. So I guess he was speeding in the pit lane, or he jumped the start. But he's got that out the way now. Actually, Alex Cooper was already lapping him.
Yeah, and Euros also left the game. So
right,
it was good in quali. Yeah, and having to. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice four-way battle forming now for P2. Daniel Lovett is catching the Red Bull, and it's slowly dragging and pulling along the Lotuses with him. Now as they come towards the first sector at the end of lap 4. this is, I guess. Lap 5. Or the start of lap 5. I'm not with it, I just won the cup final, so... Yeah. Did I mention that? No? Okay.
Yeah. Just once or twice.
Once or twice. I might have to say it again. We'll see. But yeah, I can't really see Luke getting past Daniel, to be honest. Those wings are set too high, and Dan isn't really making any mistakes. The best chance basically is out of this corner, and Luke, see, is not getting close enough. So it's up to Dan really to get the run on that Red Bull to keep himself out of trouble. Now we've got a driver pulling off to the right there. Who's that? Oh, it's just a caterer being lapped.
Yeah, it's a caterer. But Alex already running away with it, I think. 6.3 seconds now of 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah.
It's way too easy. But behind we are in for a nice 4-way battle, I think.
Yeah,
and
it looks close for the rest, yeah.
And if Tommy can close up, it's going to be a 5-way battle. He's
what's
just
Tommy's, what's his lap times?
He's doing 27.3. The guys in front, 27.8. 27.5 for Luke. Dan 27.5 and Kevin 27.8. So there are 1.3 seconds of Alex at the moment, who is riding into the sunset.
So yeah, out of the corner goes Daniel Lovett. That car is handling very nicely, so hopefully Dan can keep this up. It's basically a repeat at the moment of the Rio F1 with a Mercedes and Red Bull 1-2. Sadly, Lewis Hamilton retired, so Daniel Lovett, hopefully that luck doesn't fall on him. Luke's starting to close back up slightly now as we come to the end of the lap. Daniel Lovett does run a bit wide. Does Luke have a look down the inside? Nope. He'll wait for the main straight.
Yeah, but if he's close now, he can have a go, I think. But that Mercedes is going on straight.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, he's got DRS now, Luke. Has he got DRS?
No, we don't have DRS this year.
We don't? Oh, I sure just seen the wing open. Anyway. That's how much I pay attention. So yeah, lap 7, Alex Cooper easily a second a lap quicker than Kevin in the Red Bull, who locked up going into turn 3. Dan could not capitalise on that though. He's still got Luke breathing down his neck and Joe just behind him, keeping a good gap just in case there's any incidents in front. He can take advantage of that as Joe is closed right up on the back, and Daniel's got the Red Bull around the outside. And can he make it stick? Round the outside goes Dan Lovett, he's forced onto the grass.
Oh, and they touch the wall.
Yeah, touch the wall. Dan Lovett giving him the old squeezy roos. And Joe Moore's got the inside of his teammate now. As there's going to be an incident here, surely. Kevin Mass manages to keep it. Dan Lovett is still P3, but now it's Joe Moore who takes advantage of his teammate. I did say he was waiting for an incident and then pounced, and he did just that.
Yeah, I was just watching the replays, and Kevin lost it out of turn 5, I think, just after sector 1 ends, and that's why he's that close right now. And
all this is doing nothing but help Alex Cooper, who is just stretching his legs in front. And even Tommy Yeager now, right on the back of this battle. We got a 5-car battle for P2. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, if Alex would crash, we would have a nice battle for the win.
Yeah. People said we made it boring flow, winning all the time. He's 10 seconds in the lead already. But yeah, Kevin looks up again. He manages to keep it on track.
Yeah, the car looks very unstable through the corners, so...
It does, yeah.
If he pushes it too far, it may end up in the wall, or on the grass, or somewhere else.
Dan Lovett running a bit wide there, giving Joe now the opportunity to get in his slipstream. Will he ever look towards the inside? Yes, he does, but it's just to let him know he's there. And this now is helping. Oh, Joe's got a good exit. Dan gets a bit of a wobble. And yeah, those high wings on them Lotuses are not going to help them through. And as Kevin pulls away now in the Red Bull. Joe Moore. Oh, Joe Moore's right off there.
Maybe the tyres start to go off now. after 10 laps.
Is that their range? Yeah.
I don't know really, but shouldn't be too far away from the pit stops. If they don't do 2-stop, they should stay out a bit longer, like to lap 18 or so. But for 3-stop, we shouldn't have to wait too long to the next pit stops or the first pit stops.
As that lovely person coughs in the background again as you talk. We are on lap 9 now out of 58. And yep, Kevin's stretching his legs. Dan's got a bit of a gap now to Joe and staying in front of Luke. We've got Tommy Hagen though, P6. Impressive drive so far. He's moving his way closer to those Sauers, and I expect him to get a run and get past pretty quick because he's got better wings on them on that Caterham. Simon Crane also slightly catching up each lap, but I don't know if that's because they're fighting. Stoikar is P8 in a Toro Rosso. Dan Ribbons P9. Max Kane P10 with Daniel Hahn still behind him. This has been a battle that's been going on for a while. As
yeah, he's right behind him.
Yeah, just covering his line, and he actually goes wide covering that line, giving Hahn a bit of a look, but didn't take advantage. We got Joe defending still from Lee Miller, and it's nice to see Lee fighting someone. Come on, Lee. And remember also, Lee's on the mediums. He started on the mediums, so not bad. Rob's catching that battle pretty quickly, so could still see Rob in the points towards the end of the race. Miles Dixon P15, Loz Ribbons P16, and I cannot see the screen properly. Is that Mul? The Caterham driver anyway. In P16. So Alex Cooper. Yeah, his next challenge is to lap Loz Ribbons, which should be pretty comfortable. Dan Lovett now slightly closing back up to the Red Bull. Dan Lovett's old car actually. He was the team boss of that car last season, so I'm sure he's going to want to prove he's better and get in front of that car soon.
Tommy is also closing down the 2 Lotus, so maybe we see an attack from him.
Yeah. Yeah, just looking at Joe Moore now. I think this is the season he's going to want to prove something towards his teammate. It was pretty outshone by him at most races last season. So yeah, he took advantage of the mistake or should I say the incident between Dan, as he goes wide there, between Dan and Luke, took advantage of that and he's in front of his teammate. So let's hope he can stay there for a while. A question again from Matt Varley. Does this mod not suit Luke? It does. He was quick in pre-season testing, very quick in pre-season testing, but he had a word with me yesterday and just said he cannot get to grips with this track, so maybe just a one-off.
Yeah, he was saying in the pre-season interview that he really likes this mod.
Yeah.
So should be only here at Melbourne.
Yeah, that answers your question there, Matt. As the only battle on the track, and they're kind of spreading their way out now. We'll have a quick look further back in a moment to see if Daniel Hahn has passed. I think
he's still behind Max.
Still behind?
Yeah, but still quite close.
Lee Miller is actually in front of, who was he racing? He was racing Joe, wasn't he? So he's got in front of that.
Yeah, the other arrows he's crashed. Gonna take a look.
That puts Rob up to P13, Miles P14 now, Loz P15. He's actually retired. So that's something we missed as well. So yeah, the only main battle on the track is between Daniel and Max in the arrows. Taking a bit of pressure is old Max. He took his season out last season, if you can remember, to join me in commentary, and Dan now having a look around the outside, which will be an awesome move if he could keep that. And he does. He outbrakes Max, but goes wide.
But goes on the grabber.
And he's recovered that well, and I expect him to close up pretty soon. as the battle for P2. Dan Lovett looks ever closer now. They all look like they're closing up slowly. And not a bad debut from Kevin Mass.
Yeah, he's doing quite well, I think. But if I was one of them right now, I think I would gamble and get in the pits, some fresh tires, and do some quick laps to jump them all, because they're only gonna be slowed down if they drive behind each other all the time.
Indeed,
He's very unstable out of the corner.
Yeah, did he tap the wall there as he exited the corner? Yeah. Lap. What lap you on? We're on lap 12. Oh, Dan Lovett getting wide out of turn 12 there. Lucky to recover that. The corner of doom, we used to call that a couple of seasons ago, because I think it was season 2. We basically, every driver binned it in that corner and still managed to carry on in the race. Even me, I binned it twice, I think, in one race in that corner. Lost my front and rear wing and soon managed to get P2. So it's not a nice corner, but these guys are bunched up nicely now. And yeah, as we go into lap 13, Daniel Lovett running a bit wide again, but manages to keep it going. Got a nice slipstream from the Red Bull, but too far back to do anything with it right now. No other battles on the track, just having a quick look.
I think Danny Williams actually isn't that slow. He's having the same pace as the group at front with Kevin and Dan.
Right.
So if you can keep that up, he's looking good for some solid points.
Indeed. Yeah, it's kind of just yo-yoing around at the minute. In the twisty sections, it's like the Lotus is catching up to Dan, and then this high-speed part, this sector we're on now, Dan pulls away and slowly catches Kevin, who just runs wide again through turn 12. And Lovett keeping it nicely to the inside. Not sure on the lifespan of these option tyres, but hopefully we'll get an answer soon. I can't see them going no longer than 20 laps, that's for sure.
Yeah, 20 laps is I think the maximum for the soft tyre.
Massive twitch there for Kevin coming out of the final turn, giving Daniel a bit of a run. He has a look down the inside, but it's hard that turn 1. I mean, if you're close enough you can go for it, but it narrows pretty quickly, so you might as well just wait for this here turn now, which Daniel Lovett has done. And Kevin nice and late on the brakes there. Yeah, so there, no fight there. So if you watch carefully with the Lotuses now, they'll just quickly go on the back of Daniel Lovett. Oh, and as Joe goes really wide. Very, very lucky to keep that one going in the Lotus. So yeah, the advantage he had in the corners has just disappeared then, as we come towards the middle of the lap, on lap 14. Do excuse me, my screen is not very clear. Joe now recovered from that trip down the gravel trap pretty quickly, and he's all over the back of Daniel Lovett as we come near the end of this lap. Tommy Egan's still watching in the background as these guys there. This is going to be the key now. We're coming up to a back marker, I think is Los Ribbons, and it's going to be key who can get past this car the quickest, or if anyone's clever enough to jump in the pits while they're trying to overtake him. It's always annoying being the leading car when you lap someone, because you're kind of the first one around, so it's always a shock to the lapped car that you're there, and then the second and third car. Oh, Daniel lost it coming out of turn 2, and now he's got Luke all over, and Dan lost the back end big time. And yeah, lucky to keep it going. He's managed to stay in front of Luke.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is the side to Daniel we didn't want to see today. He's had an awesome race so far. Oh, Tommy Egan.
Go past both.
Free wide going into turn 6. Wow. And I don't know whether, look, my eyes were actually shut, but Luke goes through, Tom goes through as well, and Dan Lovett has gone from 2nd to 6th in one lap. And Luke manages to defend from from Tommy and Dan Lovett. I think this is the stage where the tyres are going because everyone doesn't. Everyone looks a bit untidy now.
Yeah, I think you should pit now, and he's P6 now anyway, so not much to lose.
Yeah, he can get the place back if he plays it smart now and gets in the pit. Joe Moore, now he's through, is very quickly catching up to Kevin in the Red Bull. Let's just have a look to see if they pit. Kevin's going to carry on. Joe's going to carry on. Luke's going to carry on. Tommy's going to carry on, and Dan carries on. So that's a
all
surprise.
staying out. Yeah.
So hopefully Daniel Lovett can quickly make his way back through the pack, and I wonder if we can get Matt in with us to explain what happened at the start. Let's see if he's around. Just to get a recap of the incidents at the start to see what happened exactly, because we were a bit caught out then. So yeah, as Alex is pulling away in front, we'll just quickly jump to our league runner Matt to explain those incidents at the start.
Hello. Well, the incidents at the start are just mainly people crashing. There was nothing really to do with the mod there. It was just the fact that I was about to throw a safety car, and the safety car doesn't seem to be working.
Oh, lovely.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's. I tried to map it to a keyboard as well, and it still didn't work. So I don't know if it's my game or something like that. But yeah, the instance at the start is just plain bad luck, isn't it? Like people trying to go back, and it looks like people didn't push their pit buttons to repair their wheels and stuff. So it looks like they were out in the race.
Oh,
and by then, it was too late to restart the race because a lap had already gone.
Yeah. Do you know the expected lifespan of these option tyres?
I think people in testing say they can get them up to 20 laps.
Okay.
So I expect people to start pitting.
Oh,
soon.
as Tommy Egan and Dan Lovett, jump in in the line of stern there. So lap 17, the end of lap 17, Tommy's in. And any radio communication up there, Matt? Anyone complaining?
No, everyone seems confident. Dan was complaining a little bit about the snap he had. I don't know if you saw that on the live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he said it just touched the grass and the car went away from him, but he managed to keep it under control, which is good.
Yep. Sorry, just to interrupt you there. As Tommy and Dan exit the pits, they get jumped by the red Toro Rosso of Stoica, who is on old tyres, so they should get past pretty quickly. And Tommy's going to have a look down the inside now, and makes that pretty comfortable. Dan tries to follow around. He needs to make this happen. He doesn't want to lose time, and he gets forced a bit wide. He should get through. Oh, and the Toro Rosso goes wide.
Yeah.
And that leaves Dan Lovett through. Let's hope he can take advantage of these fresh tyres now and get back his positions he lost through that error. Anything else to report, Matt?
No, apart from the safety car bug, and say that was it really. Hopefully we can get that sorted so people will be able to actually get back up close to the pack.
Cool. Yeah, we have to have a word with Matt Varley after, because he's on Skype saying he misses it. So
there's still plenty of seats available for people, and there's you can come and be reserve drivers and things like that. So yeah, get signed up. First race always is the worst. It gets better from here.
The first telltale sign then, if Daniel Lovett can take advantage. Joe Moore is in the pits. Do they get the undercut on the fresh tyres? The car goes up pretty quick, and he's off already.
No, he should stay in front. I think he's
he did
quite
have a gap,
far down the pit lane. Yeah.
But, we can't. Wow, they did close up quite a lot actually. He's only now in turn 1, and so is Tommy. So yeah, I expect them to get Luke then, at least, as Luke has carried on for another lap in P3. Kevin, Matt, is having an awesome debut.
Yeah, it's great. It's a bit like Australia in real F1. I don't know if you already said that. Mercedes 1, Red Bull 2. So
yeah, we did, yeah.
So yeah, he's having a good debut. Hopefully he can score some good points. Looks like he was a bit twitchy out of there. Looks like his tyres are going.
Yeah, he's been doing that for a couple of laps.
Yeah, I think
great debut.
Daniel is out in the Williams.
He looked impressive earlier as well. So yeah, another car out. Simon Crane now the only Williams left, up in P4 at the moment. Obviously he's not pitted yet, but impressive drive so far. Joe Moore now's got Tommy Egan all over the back of the Lotus. And that curve looks so scary in the end of turn 12.
Kevin off a bit and into the pits. But I think he will lose
Luke
out
follows.
to Joe and Tommy because their sector times are really quick. So
Yeah. Luke also follows him in, so yeah, I expect Daniel Lovett, Joe, and Tommy to get in front as. Yep, they're coming out of the last corner now.
yeah.
Where are they? Even Simon Crane's going to get involved in this lovely
Oh, it's
battle.
gonna be mighty close. Oh,
It is
no,
indeed.
they're
Joe
also-
Moore is going
Yeah,
to
it's
get
gonna
it.
be close.
And here comes Tommy now. Oh, very tight. How did they all filter into that? But Tommy's got a run on Luke as they come down towards turn 3. Does he manage to get the braking done
Oh,
around the
around the
outside?
outside.
Nice.
Oh,
As the
yeah,
Mercedes, Dan
well
Lovett's
done.
gone wide again in the background. But what a move by Tommy Egan there, taking advantage of Luke's cold tyres. Joe Moore into P3 then, Tommy P4, Luke P5.
And Kevin is
Kevin
the
P6,
big
yeah.
loser of the first pit stops.
Yeah, sadly. And Dan Lovett, third to 7th in the space of a few laps. So hopefully he can get his head back in the game. But what about 2nd to 7th? Like, how close is that? Simon Crane is still going.
Yeah, he hasn't pitted yet.
Is he on the mediums?
I don't know, but Alex is in the pits.
Alex is in the pits in the Red Bull. Sorry, the Mercedes. Last season. I still remember last season. And yeah. He could have pulled in for a cup of tea and still got back out in the lead. No trouble there. Here comes Simon Crane. Impressive first stint. And he gets to lap 20 on his tyres. And into the pits he comes. And here is that mighty battle for P2 now. Joe Moore, Tommy Egan, Luke, Daniel, and Kevin and Daniel. And yeah, I would look at other battles, but there isn't really any, so I can't. So if you want to moan, go to Matt. Actually, I'll just have a look. Simon exited the pits in P8 behind Dan Ribbons. And Stoico P9.
Yeah, we had Rob and Max quite close together for P10.
Here they are. We just might as well watch this little battle for a sec as Max cuts the corner. Alex is right in the background of P10 already, so not even halfway and he's lapping into the points. Just the pure speed of that car, and they both pit actually, so that was good timing for Alex. All falling into place. Locking up his brakes there, trying to get the pit lane limiter on. And let's see if Max can take advantage of Rob. Nope, Rob's out already. And Max actually loses out time. So it looks like Joe's spreading his legs a bit now in P2. Tommy in P3. Kind of holding up Luke, maybe. Joe Moore with the fastest lap. There you go. What would have happened if he got in front quicker, eh? But, yeah, Tommy P3. Luke P4. Kevin P5. Sadly, Dan Lovett's losing ground now in P6, so maybe he's got a bit of damage from all that wheel banging earlier in the race.
Yeah, all of them in the low 26s right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, the best battle on track at the moment is Tommy and Luke, with Luke having a nice run out of the corner. Not close enough this time, but I'm sure he'll have a look at some point. I'm going to have another drink as I'm thirsty. Lovely. Did I say I won the cup final tonight? That's why I'm pretty tired. Throat's a bit dry. I had a rush back as well, so it wasn't good. But anyway, Alex Cooper, well, yeah, he didn't want anyone to have that fastest lap. 25.4. Almost a second quicker than any of these guys have gone so far. As come towards the end of the lap now, with Tommy and Luke still pretty close. Got a good run, a goodish run out of the corner.
Oh,
The
Kevin
Red Bull
won
is
wide
also,
a bit.
yeah.
Then having a go maybe. Yeah, looks like it.
Going to be quite close. So, Kevin's moving twice on the line here.
Oh.
Dan Lovett, can he get around the outside?
Nah.
No. But no, not good driving there from Kevin. He moved twice there to defend his position. So race control maybe I'll have a word with that one.
Yeah, maybe the pressure in the first race.
Yeah,
Getting to him right now.
it is his debut, as we said before, so yeah, a lot of expectations on his shoulders. We will have a quick look through the field while they're going through there. Still Dan Ribbons P7, Simon Crane P8, Stoica P9, Lee Miller in the points. He always manages to do that, doesn't he, Lee? He's never been amazingly quick, but he always brings the car home and is mainly in the points. So
yeah, he mostly stays out of trouble and then takes advantage of the others' mistakes.
But he has got Rob very quickly closing up. Max Kane, what's happened? He's slowing right down. He's
I think he just let everyone through.
very weird way of letting everyone through, but very fair anyway. Lost a lot of ground, so
Where did Kevin go? I think he's far off now. Must
Kevin. Oh yeah, indeed. Is
Ah yeah, he spun it in the
if I
fast
can
corner on the curb and tapped the wall a bit.
Yeah, coming out of turn 12. So like we said, the curb of doom has picked up our Vic Demio in the Red Bull, and just too early on the power maybe. Hits the wall, so he's going to have damage to the Red Bull as well, so it might not handle right.
Yeah,
And,
he's gone off again. Yeah, the car is
yeah,
damaged
it is
quite
pulling.
bad.
So a shame for Kevin. He's had a good race, but maybe it was too much for the debutant.
Yeah, Danny and Simon for P7 battling right behind him.
Cool. Yep, he is. And yeah, that Kevin will probably be caught by these two pretty quick now as well. Yeah, the Lee Miller fan club is on Skype now. Miller 10th, come on Miller, says Matt Varley. Let's hope he can hold on to that for the rest of the race, but he has got Rob closing down pretty quickly. Sorry, I just forgot who I was watching. It's Simon and Dan. Oh, as Kevin gets a big tank slapper there. Yeah, he needs to repair that car pretty quick, or he's going to end up throwing it into the wall. The Marussia is closing up pretty quickly now, and whoa, what's going on there? Either they are lagging very bad, or they're not good drivers. Yeah, Dan Ribbons keeps in front of Simon for the moment. I'm just going to keep an eye on Kevin because he does not look very stable in that Red Bull. Coming out of turn 12, he kept it okay this time. He's got his teammate behind, but he's lapped his teammate.
And Rob goes past Lee as Joe is right behind with Tommy. So
Yep. Oh, I've got Rob still behind Lee. Ah, no way, I'm still behind. Let's catch back up. Right, I don't know what's going on, but everyone's lagging pretty bad, so I can't really see anything. So hopefully you can, Flo, you can just commentate for a bit. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, I'm back now, I am. And I'm back. Yeah, Tommy Egan is still P3, Luke P4, Dan P5, lapping the McLaren, Kevin's still P6. Oh, and he's
and
it
nearly
again.
loses it again, yeah.
Yeah, he needs to repair that car, get in the pit.
Yeah, someone tell him.
Yeah, Dan Ribbons P7, Simon P8, Stoica P9 trying to lap the Marussia, Rob P10, Lee Miller P11, Max Kane P12, Miles Dixon P13, Loz P14, still can't say his name, P15, Caterham,
That's
and
Simon Maltby.
Simon Adu. I like Simon.
2 laps down currently.
Is everyone lagging for you as well?
No, for me it's fine.
But yeah, Suppose the battle to watch at the moment will be Dan Lovett. Lost a lot of ground. Oh my days, what is going on? I have no picture. Lost a lot of ground now to Luke, and Tommy Egan is also pulling away. Is he catching Joe? It looks like he's catching Joe.
Yeah, but the battle to watch right now is Dan and Simon. Going into last section, the track. Oh, closes the door. Oh, Simon loses it. Oh,
Simon's dropped it and he's lost the wheel. Which would be a safety car, but the safety car is broken down. So, yeah, the guys just have to get on with it. Simon's just making his way back to the pits. In he comes. Unlucky for Simon, he's had a great first stint. But, yeah. Binned it into the wall, trying to get himself past Max. And, sadly for Simon, the pit crew haven't got a wheel. So, this might be the end of Simon's race.
Yeah, looks like it. I think if he drives around another lap, he loses way too much time.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Simon. Alex comes to do another lap. Lap 27 we're on. And yeah, no one's going to trouble him. He's easy 30 seconds in front of Joe. Tommy is dropping back slightly. And he's actually got Luke closing a bit now. Dan Lovett P5. Sort of holding station now. Kevin still going in P6. He's not pitted yet to repair that damage. But gathering his thoughts and trying to fight for another day. Maybe he's just trying to get to his second pit stop. But that car does not look like it was to stay on track. Dan Ribbons, P7. Stoiker P8. Oh, and Stoiker's dropped it too and just tags the wall. Lucky he didn't lose a wing then. Coming towards the end of the lap, Robin P9. Quite far back from Stoiker. That's going to be a challenge to get himself up into P8. And Max Kane in P10 in the Arrows. So maybe a debut point for the Arrows team.
Yeah, Simon just retired. So
Simon Crane in the Williams.
Yeah.
Yep, Miles in the Red Bull P11, Lee Miller P12, lost 2 places, and Simon, yep, out of the race. So, 14 runners left, and like we expect, the cream always rises to the top, and the top runners are still in this race. Luke Moore still gaining on Tommy Hagen in the Caterham. Just having a look at Daniel Lovett, see how that car's handling as we go on board. That doesn't look bad from in cockpit, does it? It's better than when I was racing it.
Yeah, it looks good, but his pace isn't actually too good anymore. It's just over 1 second slower than the guys in front, so he needs to, put the power down to get back.
Here's what we were saying earlier about Dan Lovett. He has these moments, but he has done good. He's shown that he can do it in this mod. Shown good pace earlier on, but just dropping back a bit now. So the main battle will be in a few laps' time, I guess. Luke is slowly catching down Tommy. Yeah, that's it for the battles. The guys that are still on track are doing pretty good, keeping it out of the wall, which is the main thing. You always get more DNFs in the first race of the season, especially Australia, as it's just a pain in the backside to nail every lap.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget it's a street circuit after all, so the wars are quite close. One mistake and it's basically over.
Indeed, yeah. Yeah, Tommy Hagen then, just with Luke closing up still. Did everyone go back onto the options again, I guess, for the second stint? We don't know. Luke bolts that car through turn 1. Daniel Lovett, yeah, he's losing pace now, which is a shame. But still, he's bringing home the points for Mercedes, and you know they're going to be fighting Lotus for the constructors, no doubt. So he's going to need to keep this car going, not give up. See if he can hang on to P5, bring home those crucial points. Lotus currently 2nd and 4th. So yeah, they'll be leading the constructors after this race. If it stays like this. More questions if anyone has any on Skype or Twitter. Yeah, 29 laps remaining. Coming up to halfway point.
Yeah, I think for me right now the two surprises right now are actually not bad pace, but I thought the Lotus guys would be closer to Alex, especially Luke, and he's only in P4 right now. Don't know if he has a problem, but I expected him a bit closer to Alex, as I said, and yeah. The other surprises, I think, the Ferrari nightmare in the first race, with Fleming out early, and Rob, where's he? P10 or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, we
P9.
just had Max Kane have a little look at Miles Dixon. I'm not sure if he got through or he was defending. Just hang around with these guys for a minute because it's a nice fight. Well, Max looks like he's going to be.
Yeah, he's getting lapped by Danny.
Oh, he's getting lapped. Okay, I thought that was Loz for a second. Yeah, he's falling back now. Lee Miller 12th. Come on, Lee, push that car. Get some points. How many points is there for? Is it just P10?
Yeah, just P10. No points for finishing like last year.
Right, so Lee Miller needs to knuckle down, but he is again outscoring his teammate, which he does on many occasions because he just stays out of trouble and brings that car in, which is what you want. But it would be nice to see Lee with a solid setup and just nail it in one race. Not one podium out of 9 seasons for Lee Miller. This is his 10th. And it would be nice to see him
Sorry to interrupt, but Max and Miles side by side. Yeah, no, Max has taken back, but should be close in a few laps time again.
Yeah. So another message over Skype. Hagen deserves top 3. I never worked with a driver who works as hard on setups than Tommy. His attention...
Oh, and he loses it.
Oh, who does? Oh.
Tommy.
Oh, is it big?
No damage to the car, but still lost it on the entry.
Oh, yeah, Tommy. Well, I'm trying to do a replay, but it's just so laggy. Here we go. Nah, too much lag. But yep. Flow. I'm sorry. Yeah, the server's too laggy to do any replays, so sorry about that. But yeah, Tommy, as Flo said, loses it, and now we've got a Lotus 2nd and 3rd. So slowly making their way through the pack after a slightly disappointing quali. And where's Daniel Lovett now? He's still falling back a bit, which is a shame. I'm sure I've just seen a car backwards there somewhere. I'll try and find that again. There's a wing on track.
Oh, he pit?
Max Kane.
Dennis in the pits.
Yep, 1 second, we've got Max Kane in the wall, and he's escaped. And Max Kane is out of the race, which is a shame, but that's another place for Lee Miller. Yeah, Dan Lovett now exiting the pits, as Flo said. Still ahead of Kevin Mass.
Still in P5, and maybe he can close the gap now.
Oh, that was close to cutting the pit lane exit. I won't watch that back just in case I give someone a penalty that doesn't deserve it, but that was very tight there.
That was fine. I was
it?
watching
Okay.
the replay, yeah.
Cool. So yeah, Dan Lovett again on the fresher tyres, So can he take advantage and get Tommy Hagen? I think Dan's on the primes now though. Is he? Looks like he's on the primes anyway. So yeah, it's the battle between the Lotuses now. I'll finish that message from Matt Varley, who was giving Tommy a load of praise basically. Saying his attention to detail on setups is brilliant, felt he was unlucky last season. Looking at pace of drivers, I would struggle this season, so I'm pretty happy to be watching. Right, you don't know that because you haven't been on the mod, so the only way to test that is to get on it and going back in. You know, you got a Malaysia next week, so get yourself back here for that one. Oh my god, my cat just come up beside me and scared the crap out of me. Go away. Anyway, yep, Alex still gaining a second a lap over the rest of the field. Joe Moore now under attack from Luke. Now, how are these guys going to handle this? If it was me, as you know, Flo, we gave each other a nice race, especially that race in China we had, but we never went as far as to, you know, shoving each other off the track, and there were times where we just went, nah, you're faster, you go through.
Yeah.
But how do you expect these guys to handle it?
I think exactly the same as us, or it's the first race of the season, so they don't want to risk 2 DNFs. Now they're in a good position, both on the podium. So I would just play the safe game and let the faster guy run at front.
Yeah.
But never know. Maybe Joe wants to make a statement and show Lou who's the boss.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I said earlier, on last season's form, he was outperformed quite a lot by Luke, so he's going to want to prove himself this season. Still, the top 3 stay out. Tommy stays out as well, so this is only working in Daniel's advantage. I'm not sure on his sector times. Flo can check up on that. He is on the primes though, so maybe he wouldn't be gaining much. Tommy Hagen is catching the Lotuses though, so it's not over yet. Maybe if he gains another second, then he can jump in the pits and maybe jump them both on the pit stops, which would be awesome. But yeah, I feel robbed of a race actually with the Ferraris and so many guys being out at the start.
Yeah,
it could have been
Harley
a lot better.
as well. Yeah.
And Harley, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so I was watching Dan's times. He's 1 second faster than the 3 guys.
Could be, yeah, it's going to be an odd one because Dan will probably get close, and if he does jump them, he will be on the older tyre when he does gonna get out. That didn't make sense then because I was trying to read something. When he jumps them, if he jumps them on the fresher tyre, then the guys will be on the fresher tyre behind him. So he's got to make hay while the sun shines, and hopefully he can get in front and claw back some time on these guys.
Alright, Joe pits. Joe's going into pits.
Go more in the pits. So yeah. And Tommy follows him in the background.
Oh, that was close with the pit limiter.
Hope he hasn't got himself a penalty. I was like, oh, that's out. Actually, where's Dan Lovett? Oh, now exit in the last corner. So it didn't quite work for Dan.
But Tommy jumped Joe.
Yeah, Joe's still stationary. What's going on? He's now left. That is a big killer. Did he have damage? He didn't have damage, did he? No.
No, I don't think so.
So a costly error from the pit crew there for Joe Moore, and he loses out to Tommy and Daniel Lovett, and this is only going to help Luke also.
Yeah, but was quite close with Joe in the pit. But I think he's fine with the speed limit.
I just got people messaging me the MotoGP results, which I'm not kind of bothered at the minute, but apparently Marquez won with Rossi second, so sounded fun. Alex miles in front with 22 laps remaining. Luke coming up to the end of the lap. Will he jump in now and save himself the embarrassment of getting jumped? No, he goes around again, which is kind of risky considering Tommy's out there on the faster tyre now. Dan Lovett is actually catching Tommy. Joe Moore 5th. Kevin's still going in P6. Well done. You know, he's keeping that car on the road. And that's what we want to see. We don't want to see cars binning it and then escaping thinking, oh, I've had enough. We want to see them fighting. A championship is a marathon, not a sprint. So that's good good motivation for the rest of you out there. Rob is still in P9. Excuse me. Miles P10. Lee Miller. 1 place out the points for Lee Miller. Can he get there with 22 laps remaining? So the question is now, when can Luke pit for those? Oh my days, what's going on for a few? See, I end up reading stuff and forget where I am. Matt messaged and said he's got some insights for us. So yeah, let's join in, Matt, this conversation and see if he's got any interesting information for us. Come on, Luke. Where are you gonna pit? Show your hand. Yeah, Matt, take it away.
Would you say you broke up as a joint?
Take it away.
Alright, okay. So we'll just run down the grid. Alex is complaining that his tyres are too cold because he's not pushing.
Interrupting you already. Sorry, Luke's in the pits.
Oh, okay. Yeah, anyway, so Alex is complaining his tyres are getting too cold because he's not pushing enough.
Right.
Luke, Joe, Tommy, Dan have all been victim of Dirty Air. The Dirty Air is quite strong in this mod this season, so they've all been falling back.
I just want to interrupt you one more time. Luke is now exiting the pits, and he's gonna stay in front of Tommy. Yeah. Ferrari's just gonna have to give him a bit of space, but he is a bit closer to Tommy, so it's worked out in his favour. He's jumped Dan and Joe in that round of pit stops. So back on the podium for Tommy. Sorry, Matt, carry on.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I've forgotten where I was then. Yeah, Dan, Luke and all that, I think they can go quicker, but they're falling victim of Dirty Air. But now Luke is out in the open, it'll be interesting to see what he can actually do. Now he's got no one in front or behind him. So we have to pay attention to what he's been doing.
Oh,
that was my avast. I need to silence that next time. My apologies. Anyway, yeah, so Luke is now out in free in the open, so we have to wait and see what he can do. But yeah, a lot of people complaining that there's not enough, because there's the high wings around this track, there's just not enough like space to overtake. So yeah, maybe we'll see a few more overtakes in Malaysia, but it makes quite a lot of good battles though, doesn't it? So I'm kind of liking the fact that it's quite close and people are struggling to overtake.
Yeah, very close from 2nd to 7th. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but it's so tight. It looked very good.
And Dan is now breathing down on Tommy Hagen, so maybe you might start seeing a bit about that. Again, Dan is also one of those people who has fallen victim of Dirty Air problems. He's stuck behind the Ferrari at the minute. Ferrari having a terrible race with Fleming out on lap 2, I think he retired eventually. It's down to the damage model. I need to make a few tweaks for next race. It's not putting on wheels, which hopefully by Malaysia that will sort. So hopefully a lot of people will be able to rejoin again with the safety car. So again, teething problems round 1 always happens. Let's have a look further down the field. Lee is suddenly complaining that he's lost pace. I don't know what's wrong with that, but he seems to be getting back on it now in P11, trying to catch Miles. He's had a slow but solid race in P10.
Yeah.
Simon Crane, he retired just because he put a wheel on the grass. I don't know if you saw it, and just binned it in the.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, so unlucky for him. He was battling with Dan Ribbons, who's been having a good race. That's it, isn't it? Zhao Pate, I don't know if you saw his incident.
I think we did. I can't remember.
He had a pad issue because he raced on a pad and it disconnected, which caused him to floor it straight into the wall. So that's the reason why he's out.
See that one.
Max Kane again lost a wheel, and I think that's everyone. Is there anyone else that I haven't mentioned that you need to know about?
My memory's not that good because I won a cup final tonight, so.
Okay, fair enough. Also, Kevin Mass has had a few issues, a few spins, but now he's back on the softs. So he's back on pace now. His car's
pretty damaged because he hit the wall pretty hard.
Right.
Turn 12.
Then maybe he's just trying to limp it home now. He's still doing quite good in P6. He's not too far ahead of Dan Ribbons though, so he needs to keep up that speed to be able to stay ahead of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's everything. I'll pop back in towards the end of the race then.
Cool, thank you very much, Matt. As Tommy Egan does the fastest lap of the race, closing up to the back of Luke, and we've got a battle for second, Flo.
Yeah, indeed, I was just gonna mention it, but you did first, so yeah.
Did someone just die in your room then? Apparently not. Okay, I'll move on. I've got a couple of messages from Skype. Tommy for P2 says Varley, and also that Ferrari should have moved off the line before the turn, holding up Tommy a bit as he exits the pits. Yeah, I would look at you, Alex, more. Sorry, but you're making it boring up in front. The main battle was for P2 and 3. Dan Lovett up in P4. Poor Joe Moore dropping back now in P5. Hopefully we get interviews with these guys afterwards and see what happened. Kevin still keeping it on the road in 6. Dan Ribbons P7. Stoiker P8. Rob P9. Miles P10 rounding out the points. Lee Miller P11 in the McLaren. Loz now exiting the pits in the Marussia. Simon in P13. Oh, that's the last one. Oh, wow. A lot of DNFs this race. Sorry, just seeing if there's any more messages from the fan club, which is Matt Varley. There's one fan. Yeah. So, I've not raced with Tommy Egan. I think I left just as he joined. I might be wrong.
No, you're right.
I'm right, yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure how he races, or I haven't raced Luke either. So, be interesting to watch. See how they get on. Really like new people in this league that I've not raced. I'm gonna have to join at some point. You can commentate. I'll just do one off. Kevin Mass P6. It looks like Dan Ribbons is slightly quicker, not by much, but it does look like he's closing. So yeah, lap 41, 17 remaining. Alex still destroying the field up front. Complaining that his tyres are too cold because he's not pushing. It's alright for some minute. As Luke and Tommy get ever closer. Sorry, I've just got messages going everywhere, and I just want to read them out just in case they're for the race itself. So yeah, just a quick roundup in case you missed the start. We had a hectic start. We had 3 restarts because everyone tried to do everything at the start and basically hit each other, lost a lot of wings. When we finally got going, the Ferraris were taken out, and Alex Cooper got on his merry way up front and never looked back. Dan Lovett was P3 for a while, but eventually the pressure got to him and he made a mistake, and since then he's lost a lot of pace. And that left Tommy Egan and the Lotuses battling for the podium position. Tommy Egan getting in front of Joe Moore at the pit stops, and now giving Luke a lot of pressure in the Lotus. So yeah, 16 laps to go. Flo, do you think Tommy will get him?
Hard to say, but yeah, why not? If he gets close enough, the Caterham is much faster on the straights. So if Luke makes a mistake, I think he can try a move.
Just another message. Yeah. So around they go, still behind. I'm not sure on the wings on that Caterham, but the Lotus is pretty high. So just see if they can climb. See if he can climb over that Lotus a bit more towards the end of the race. Don't expect no more pit stops, so this should be it towards the end. As Kevin Mass, as a Mercedes overtaking it. Oh, it's Alex. Pardon me. Alex Cooper just lapping Kevin now up into P6. Wow. If it's like this the whole season, then we might as well just film from second downwards.
It's worse than me last year.
No other battles, just have a quick look. No one else is fighting. Oh, it's really annoying filming this because it looks like everyone's just lagging, but it might just be the server and it might come out properly on the stream. If anyone out there watching can message me and tell me if it's alright or not, but to me it just looks really poor. Yeah, so main battle then, second and third with 15 laps remaining. Luke actually spreading his legs now over Tommy. Yeah, we just heard back from a couple of people. The stream looks fine, so must just be the way it's recording for me, which is a pain in the bum. But I'll try and carry on as good as I can. Alex Cooper starts lap 44 and has 14 laps remaining in the Mercedes. So yeah, unless he hasn't got enough fuel or the engine's running low, then nothing's going to trouble him this race. Or if he sneezes going around the corner and bins it, you know, random things do happen. Yeah. Alex Cooper's got this one in the bag as he comes around the lap. Tommy Egan is kind of like yo-yoing. He's dropping off a bit and then he's catching back up.
Yeah, it's the same for a couple of laps now, so no really gain or loss for both.
Yeah. Dan Lovett all on his lonesome. I think this will give the advantage now to Mercedes in the constructors after the first round, because Joe Moore is. Is he catching? No, he's not catching. No, he's not. Yeah, so Mercedes should have the advantage just over Lotus as the end of the race approaches. We're in the last quarter now. Kevin Merce still P6. Dan Ribbons P7. P8 for Stoiker. P9 for Rob. P10 for Lee Miller in the points. And who did he pass? He passed. Miles.
Yeah.
Did Miles pit? Because he was quite far in front of Lee at one point. Interesting. Oh, Lee's in the pits. No, stay out, Lee. Just run out of fuel. Short glory then for Lee Miller. He jumps in the pits. And Miles Dixon now takes back the position. Lee Miller's mechanics get to work. This is another long pit stop, 9.5, when you've seen other teams do it in 4 seconds. Lee Miller's going to come out with the P2 battle close to him, or have they gone past? Yeah, he's going to come out just in front of Dan Lovett. Oh, Lee Miller goes for a detour. I think he saw a rabbit there and decided not to run it over. So yeah, back to the P2 battle. As we've got another message from the legend that is Matt Varley. You wouldn't think that if you saw his Skype picture. It looks like he's just had a finger up his backside. But anyway, if I was Alex, I would think about backing off now and bring it home. But knowing Alex, he went fastest lap and a massive gap. Yeah. But to be honest, he's got the car to do that. I don't think he's even pushing. He's just cruising out there. But yeah, normally when I've had races like this, the last 10 laps I start to back off. And just bring it home. Probably the same for you, Flo. There's no point risking it near the end. But I really don't think Alex is pushing that hard, so yeah, he's got that much of an advantage this race.
Yeah, those last couple of laps, you think they took like forever to complete.
Yeah.
And you always like, what's the 10 laps or 8 or 6, and it just won't finish.
Yeah. Especially Monaco. Season 1 I was leading that. And I looked up at the lap counter and I thought, oh, it's got to be near the end now. And it was like 40 laps remaining. And I was like, oh my god. I was so tired, like even after like 20 laps. It just took forever. But yeah, they do drag on those last few laps, especially when you're in the lead, because it's even more pressure to not make a mistake and make sure you bring it home. Tommy Egan still 7/10 behind, not really gaining or falling back. Dan Lovett still P4. Again, not gaining. Joe Moore P5. Kevin P6. Dan P7. Stoiker P8. Rob P9. Miles P10. Lee Miller touching the grass there in P11. Loz Ribbons as why is Simon going so slow in the Caterham? Low on fuel, or is he up to speed now?
Looks okay to me.
Looks okay, he's slow out of the turn before. Anyway, he's still going, which is good. Everyone that's left in the race, I can say their names. Woo! So no more trouble. As we go across the line with 11 laps remaining now. And Tommy in the slipstream, he was 7/10 back, he is now 8/10 back. So you're losing a tenth in the final sector there, but he is hanging on. Don't forget, Tommy pitted 3 laps before Luke, so Luke's got the advantage on the tyres. As we go towards the end of the race. Excuse me.
Yeah, but there should be a big difference because the medium tire is holding on quite well, so it doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah. Anything else that we can mention? Flo, have you done your lap of the track yet?
Yeah, I was doing it, I think. Don't know with what driver, but I was doing it with Matt.
Okie dokie.
Early on quali. At least I think so.
Yeah. Do another one if you want. To remind everyone how this track goes. If you don't, then that's cool. This is going to be a big moment in the race now. We've got both second and third coming up to lap the Red Bull. And could this play a part in the podium places now? Not sure which Red Bull it is. But out of the last corner they go in there. Now it's going to help Luke because he's in the slipstream. And the Red Bull should ease off now for both drivers as they go into turn 1. Yep, nicely out of the way. And yeah, well, that was a bit of excitement for a second, but now we're back to normal. Quick look through. Dan P4. So your 2 wins here, Flo, were they as straightforward as Alex's, or did you have to fight for it?
In season 8, my first season for Ferrari, I was fighting like hell for the win at the end with Andrew Morgan.
Yeah.
And the second one was last season. I think it was raining, but I was just like Alex now. Bringing the car home. It was a bit like this, but we had safety cars and yeah. But
I remember commentating on that race now when it started to rain and or it was drying up and you stayed out a lap too long and you made a mistake. And like basically everyone was like, ah! But you managed to keep it going. So.
Yeah, I remember that I went too deep into the corner on the braking.
That was it made the race interesting anyway. I was lucky with my first race, season 1, because I was probably one of the only drivers that raced our factor for so long when we did start the season, and I won the race by a lap. So yeah, that was a good advantage, and yeah, it was alright. Season 2 I come second, and then I had an awesome fight with Matt Harvey in season 3. Oh, Luke nearly dropped it then, coming out of turn, what was that, 5. Had a big tank slapper there and had to gather his thoughts. Sorry, just reading other things. Oh, there's a Red Bull. Oh, nearly collects Tommy then as he recovers from his spin or whatever he had.
I think he was just slowing down to let him by.
Right. That didn't affect the race. Tommy goes a little bit wide out of turn 12. yeah. Pretty interesting. If Flo can just take over for a second, I need a comfort break.
Yeah, so 8 laps to go. Oh, Tommy goes a bit wide, turn 1. Alex still leading by 50 seconds. Luke and Tommy still battling for P2. Joe's actually getting a bit closer to Dan, who's in P4. Then we got Kevin in P6. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, well, continues. Danny in P7. Not that far away, but I think it's too far actually for attacking Kevin. Then we got Doro, who was just in the pits. It's gonna be close with Rob. Yeah, but he's still quite 2 seconds away. Mart's in P10, the final points, and Lee in P11. Then we got Loss in P12, and the final runner is Simon in the Caterham in P13.
I have to say, that's quite a recovery drive from Rob. He could get P8. Not that far behind Stoica now. After the start he had, knocking off his wing, or someone taking his wing. Yeah, he's not too far behind now. I don't know if he's got a pit again. I don't think he has. But it'll be interesting to see with 7 laps remaining. As Tommy closes the gap once again to, oh, it says 9 tenths there, but it says 7 tenths on the live racers. Yeah, 7 laps to go. He's getting closer. Can he get this move done towards the end of the race? Yeah, still easy for Dan Lovett in P4 and 5 for Joe. Yeah, of course, sector 1 they go. Yeah, let's see if Tommy can get this move done. We close in. Right, just over people yapping on. Just making sure they're not messages for the stream, which is why I go quiet, so apologies for that. As yeah, 6 laps to go, no one's going to trouble Alex unless there's a rabbit or something that jumps out in front of him. The gap's a second back now to Luke and Tommy. Looks like he's getting a bit of understeer in that Caterham now. So could this be the end, or is Tommy going to go for it one last time towards the end of the race?
Yeah, maybe he's pushing too hard now, trying to close the gap, and that's why he's going having understeer on turn-in. They are going very wide. Yeah, maybe pushing too hard.
Oi! Sorry about that, but Rob spun, and as he recovered it, he nearly took out Kevin Mass in the Red Bull. Ah, that's a shame for Rob. He was closing up pretty quick on Stoica, the Toro Rosso. But yeah, that was very close when he recovered that to taking out the. Oh, I forgot who I was watching. Kevin in the Red Bull, but he's still going, and yeah, he'll probably keep P9 now. Miles Dixon P10, with Lee Miller still P11, Loz and Simon P13. As Simon jumps over to the right hand side of the track to let Kevin pass, to unlap him, to lap. As Luke now, yeah, he's stretching his legs now on Tommy a bit, which is a shame, but impressive first race for Tommy, getting 3rd in the Caterham, and not only that, but matching the pace of the top guys. Yeah, not many people expected that, looking at pre-season times.
Yeah, indeed. I think we had Tommy on the list for top 5 or top 6, but the podium, very well done to him. Must have a good setup, and he's a good driver, so it's showing.
Yeah. So yeah, is he going to keep? He is closing up slightly under braking there. He's going to keep the pressure on Luke towards the end of this race. Yeah, Luke's also been impressive. I spoke to him pre-season, or we spoke to him pre-season interview, and I brought up about how last season he would look impressive, look very quick, but then he'd make the odd mistake. But this race he's kept it all together. The only really bad point was the contact with Dan Lovett, but I'm not, that's all part of racing. It was a racing incident. But yeah, he's looked very impressive. 4 laps to go now. Alex Cooper's crossed the line. Lap 54 of 58. And Tommy Egan closing towards the end of the lap. But the high wings on that Lotus just keeps him out of trouble as they come towards the end of the lap. The final corner they go. I think this would be a decent start for Luke. Is like he said, it's not his best track. He likes the mod, but if he can get a second on one of your worst tracks, which is always the key to a championship, being good at your poor tracks, then he looks good to challenge Alex for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think as good as Alex lead is, it won't bring him much. It's just 3 points difference between first and second.
Yeah.
As you saw with me last year, I won the first 4 races, crashed in Spain, and the lead was gone.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
That can all change quite quickly. Oh.
Yeah. Bit of a moment there for Tommy, going into turn 7. Lost the back end, but he recovered it well. Luke stretched his legs a bit, so it might be game over for the P2 for Tommy. But you never know. It's still 3 laps to go. Dan Lovett all on his own in P4. I do like the look of that Mercedes. Joe Moore at P5. Still Kevin P6. Well done to Kevin. It's a great race. Yeah, he made a mistake, but for his first race, he's actually done very well. Dan in P7. Dan Ribbons, that is. Just put a lap on his bro. Stoica P8. Rob P9. Lee Miller in 10th. 3 laps to go. Lee Miller's 10th. And it's Miles, he hasn't got a wheel. So Lee Miller looks like he's going to have a point first race of the season as Miles leaves the pit lane without a wheel. They're not going to fix that, Miles. No one's brought a wheel. There's a Mercedes going mad there with Alex making sure that Miles saw him. The last thing you want is to come around to a car with 3 wheels and get taken out of the lead. You've dominated it. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Dan Lovett that was weaving, sorry. Alex crosses the line with 2 laps to go now. And yeah, is Miles going to be black flagged for doing this, do you think? Putting other cars in danger?
I hope he won't. It makes no sense to continue now.
Yeah,
he's out of the points anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, might as well just put that car into the garage. As yeah, Alex is across the line with 2 laps to go.
Tommy's actually close to Luke again.
Have a look-sees. Yep, he's closing the gap. Miles has eventually escaped. But yeah, excuse me. Alex Cooper is coming around the end of the lap. Tommy is closing. Lee Miller again in the points for the McLaren. Mr. Consistent is his new name. He's almost guaranteed to bring that car home, and he's got the McLaren in P10 yet again. Where is it? Luke. Yep. It's yeah, a bit closer, but he's not exactly all over the wing of that Lotus, and he should be okay for P2. Still impressive though for Tommy as he comes towards the end of the lap, and Alex Cooper is on his last lap. Make sure they aren't fighting before I cut away to our race leader, who has had a weekend of perfection. He had pole by over a second, led the race every single lap, fastest lap, and he's about to win the race. A perfect way to start the season. 1 minute and 8 seconds in front of P2. Can't ask for a better result than that, can you?
No, definitely not.
Alex Cooper, is it finally going to be his season? Part of the league for 9 seasons, so is he going to be the winner 10th time round? Got to add the results he's wanted, and yeah, he's had a few unfortunate incidents and stuff throughout his OGL career, but Alex Cooper is bringing it around the end of the lap now.
Yeah, I think Tommy gave up now. He's too far behind Luke.
Right, yep. So Alex Cooper then in and out of the last corner, and it's been a dominant performance by the Mercedes driver. He wins in Australia and takes the full points in the Mercedes. Alex Cooper, your winner of the Australian Grand Prix. Coming around the, well, I was going to say battle for second, but yeah, as Flo said, he's backed right off. In the Caterham. Yep, so the last lap for the Lotus driver now of Luke, and if he is going to have a title challenge against Alex Cooper, this is a perfect way to start. P2 in Australia, despite being off the pace in quali, he's recovered it quite well, and he will now exit the last corner, and Luke in the Lotus will get P2. Well done to Luke. Tommy Hagen. Oh, my buttons don't work. Here we go again. Tommy Hagen in the Caterham. Great drive in P3. Dan Lovett, what could have been for him if those incidents didn't happen. But still, P4, well done. He's brought home the points, and Mercedes will go away from Australia leading the constructors. Joe Moore, P5. Very good drive for him. Shame about the pit stop from, I don't know if it was mechanics or he had damage, but still good, still brought it home. Kevin Mass on his debut in OGL after the incident and an impressive first stint from the Red Bull driver. He's going to bring it home in P6. I don't think he could have asked better than that, to be honest. He kept up the pace with the top guys. Oh, he's not actually going to complete the last lap. He's going to go in the pits.
Yeah, he was lapped anyway, so he can jump in the pits now.
Good point, good point. It'll be Dan Ribbons for P7. Who's finished as well. Stoiker in P8, Rob P9. Lee Miller gets the point in P10. Loz P8, 11, sorry. And Simon 12. So Alex Cooper, oh, already in the pits. I wanted a pot for me short, never mind. He's even beaten me back to the blimmin' pits, look. Guys now come round. Hopefully we'll get the top guys and more in for some interviews. But yeah, Flo, apart from the incident robbing us of a few battles at the start, not a bad way to start the season.
Yeah, it was indeed exciting. The battle for second to 6, I think. 4 or 5 cars. Yeah, most of the race building a train was quite nice to watch, although we hadn't much overtaking. It was still not too bad. Of course, Alex ran away with it pretty easy. So hopefully next week someone can catch him and make it exciting.
Yeah, that's what we want, a nice close fought championship in races. So yeah, Alex ended up winning the race by a minute, backing off for those last couple of laps. Luke and Tommy second and third, Daniel Lovett fourth. Hopefully we can have a word with Daniel in a second to see what happened. Mid-race, beginning of the race, with the incident. But yeah, we are joined by Alex Cooper, your race winner. Your dominant race winner, pole fastest lap in the win, Alex. Great way to start the season.
Yeah, it went to plan, but I think I got pretty lucky with the big battle behind because they had dirty air. And from what I heard, it was pretty bad, so they wrecked their tyres and I could save mine. That's the reason for the gap, I think, anyway.
Well, I think you pretty much had this in the bag anyway. I mean, a second a lap in quali. I mean, that's just impressive. You know, where did that come from?
I don't know. In winter testing, I was actually behind Luke by a few tenths, but I just worked on the setup through the week. That's all. Worked harder than most seasons. Got a setup that was pretty much perfect, so can't complain.
Yeah, everything to plan. No problems with pits or back markers. I mean, we didn't really see much of you because you were too far in front, but all good.
There were a few dodgy moments with back markers, but in the most part, it was fine. Yeah.
Good. So yeah. Do you think you can take this into Malaysia? I mean, the gap was pretty big here. Is that the advantage you think you can take in the upcoming races?
I don't think so. I think it'll be a lot closer at Malaysia, and tyres are going to be an issue. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'll be closer, a lot closer.
Right. I would like to ask you more, mate, but you were too dominant to actually watch and take notes on. So all I can say is congratulations on the win and pole, and good luck for the next round.
Cheers.
So that'll give us teammate of Alex Cooper, Dan Lovett. Hopefully he's not gone for one of his famous cups of tea. That's why we're here all night. There he is. Easier. Dan, impressive start and quali, but it all went wrong middle of the race. What happened?
I put a tyre on the just at the exit of turn 2. Put a tyre on the sort of grass, and it sent me sideways. I don't know if you caught it. I just managed to catch it and not take out the others, and it put me back at that, the 2nd to 5 train, as it turned out to be.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the first stint, I don't know what was wrong, just the tyres just wasn't, I don't know whether I burnt the tyres up or just was struggling, so that's why I decided to pit early and try and undercut. That worked, but then that second stint on the softs just wasn't quick enough, so it's something I need to work on. But yeah, managed to get the cut again on Joe, and managed to hold him back for the rest of the third stint, but it's just that middle stint that cost me, unfortunately.
Yeah. Talking of that battle with Joe and Kevin, Luke, Tommy, you're all in there giving it everything. How was it to be involved in that?
Yeah, it was quite. I don't know what it was like to watch, but for that whole first stint, it was pretty manic because it's so hard to follow each other on this mod, which is good because you've got to really push to catch up and then really do something special to get past. Kev would make a mistake, then I'd catch up Kev, and then I'd start to drop back in the dirty air, which was causing Luke to drop back, and then he'd. At one point, Kevin Mass had a bit of a wobble on, and I was all over the back of him, and then Luke was on Luke, and I had 2 Lotuses hounding me. Yeah, but it was really, really good. It was really enjoyable. Quite intense there.
Yeah, it did look fun. I wouldn't have liked to have been in that, but it did look fun. Yeah, we had some comments from the fans during the race saying how you've looked like you've improved this season without sounding too offensive, but you've not really been that high up. I think that was your best quali in OGL. If I'm wrong.
I think I qualified. I did a pole once, but it was in wet conditions. But that was good. I could have gone a bit more as well. It was a shame not to get. I said to Alex, it was a shame that I couldn't get a 1-2.
Yeah.
Mercedes lockout at the front, but we'll save that one for next week.
Yeah. I'll hold you to that. I'll watch you. Yeah, it's very impressive, mate. Unlucky about the middle, but you did manage to get yourself back up to 4th and Mercedes go away leading, I believe. So
yeah, that's the main
good
thing.
Weekend.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Obviously, it was just a matter of keeping Joe back, knowing that the last stint, I don't think I was going to catch the top 2, or the 2nd and 3rd, purely because the damage had already been done. So I thought if I can, just hold Joe back, and he was like a rabid animal chasing me down. He was. So I knew that if I could beat him, it would put me and Alex top of the constructors. So not bad.
A question about Kevin Mass, because you were the only one that mainly raced him. It was his debut race, and he looked good out there, didn't he, for his debut?
didn't give an inch. There was that one incident he had where he went wide, and I tried to take him around the inside of. It was just after sector 1 line, and he shut the door. Very well driven, very fair as well, but fair but firm. Just how I like it. So
Good. Awesome, Dan. Congratulations, and unlucky about the middle part of the race, but you pulled it off in the end. You're going away leading the constructors, so all in all, good weekend, and hope that continues into the next round.
yep, hopefully. Cheers, then, guys.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Bye.
And we have another driver with us now, Rob, the Ferrari driver. Rob,
Good evening.
It all went wrong at the beginning.
It did, yeah. I couldn't see what it was in front of me, a cloud of smoke. And then this car, it took my front wing, took Fleming as well by the looks of it.
Yeah.
And, lap down at the beginning, which was a shame.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate because we did notice your pace through the race was impressive enough to keep with the podium battle. So unlucky there. I mean, still a good comeback drive. You were chasing down Stoiker for P8 near the end until that spin or whatever happened.
Yeah, I had something weird happen with I put the prime tyres on at the end, and towards when it started, 2 spins on slow corners, and I just looked at the tyre temperatures and I couldn't get the fronts. They were just too cold. I couldn't warm the front tyres up at all. I don't know what happened there. Possibly to maybe some damage that was done at the start, but that was just slowing me down a bit towards the end, and just sort of shut everything off and cruise home.
Yeah, it's unlucky with that. So apart from the incident, you did show good pace. Do you reckon you could carry that form into Sepang?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I was checking the gaps to everyone up the top, and I was pegging them, keeping up with the guys. But I just needed a safety car or something that never wasn't going to come, obviously, or people to just fall over, and they weren't. So yeah, but no, hopefully, Pang's a decent circuit. I know it quite well, so yeah.
Okay, Rob, do you think had any special moments during the race or some interesting battles that we didn't catch on the stream?
Yeah, I had a couple of battles with Lee. He was on a different strategy, I think, but I was catching the field back up again. A couple of good fights with Lee, and a good one with Max as well. That was quite good. Both sort of pitted at the same time afterwards. So. But yeah, a bit lonely really. Otherwise, it was sort of keeping pace. People in front were too far ahead. People behind were quite a way behind. So it was just keep it going, really.
That's a very unfortunate way to start the season. So we wish you more for Sepang.
Cheers, Dave.
Cheers, Rob. So that brings us on to our second place finisher, Luke in the Lotus. How did that go for you, Luke?
Oh, that was tough.
It looked fun.
That was tough, but I think I'm glad I made it through the race because I had some fun, I think, around the track with the drivers. So, but first of all, congratulations to Alex. Awesome pace, uncatchable. So yeah, well done to him, fair and square.
Yeah, indeed, it destroyed the field today. Looking at your race, the first stint mainly. It was a 4-5 car battle for P2. What was that like to be involved with?
First of all, I had some issues with the model. It seems like I've been dropping them vast amount of frames. I don't know what's the difficulty. We were kicked out a few times from the server. I think my qualifying pace would be a lot better, but there was some people on the track and then the frames dropping down. But a very, very good race, though. I did enjoy it. It was hard work. I had a bit of collision with Dan. Squeezed against the wall, I think.
Yeah, saw that.
something to look at on there. I think that damage made me a bit of unstable on the corners, and the tyres were wearing a bit more, I think.
Yeah. But still, bring it home in P2.
Yeah, I mean,
points.
just keep. I think this year is all about keep yourself steady and not get into too much trouble. Because people are very, very close to each other, and you can see the first 5 cars are really, apart from Alec, they were really sort of close. And
yeah,
I had that Tom on the end as well, sort of, hanging on my tail, and I'm thinking, please, just those tires and this damage not to be that bad, so I'm not gonna have a spin, spin.
I did mention it once, but you didn't spin, so you proved me wrong.
Main thing.
So yeah, you're going away second in the championship. Pre-season did look pretty good. Do you reckon you could carry some of that form into Sepang?
Well, we're gonna do some, much more focus on where we could. It looks like, our cars were definitely running more downforce. Would have thought, that could be beneficial for the race, but the temperature went up, and we are pretty overheating the tires, and I think that's what caused a bit of a damage. And then you get stuck behind the cars, and all your pace just drop. So you gotta have a clean air to catch up. Like you can't, there's no way you can catch him if you got no clean start.
Yeah. But still impressive, Luke. You minimised the damage in the championship and climbing back to P2. So best of luck in Sepang, and hopefully we can see you on the top step next time.
We'll see. All the best. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
It was very good. Thank you. So that's on to Luke's teammate Joe Moore in the Lotus. Joe, it was all going so well for you until that pit stop. Why did it take so long?
Yeah, Dave, I got a bit of damage, and I think I probably overshot the pit box just by a meter or two, and it cost me 9 seconds. And the back wing was slightly damaged on I think it was the last stint, and the pace just wasn't there in the car. But it was great fun. It was good to know that I had some sort of pace in the race against most, except obviously well done to Alex. He was just way ahead.
Yeah.
But it was great fun.
That battle for second to seventh, I think it was, that did look fun to be in.
Yeah, if I hadn't have, I made a slight mistake on the second stint, the tires, which damaged a bit of the wing. If that hadn't happened, I certainly would have been in the hunt for, with Luke and Tommy. We were all very close on pace. I probably was a bit quicker at the start because I had high wing. I think Tommy probably was driving a little bit lower wing than I was, but as the race unfolded, his pace was certainly getting quicker. So I was trying to get into the pits, probably a little bit early just to get good tires on and get a gap. But unfortunately, my pit stop was just far too long.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Where did the rear wing damage come from?
It was on the last turn. I tried to just give it a little bit too much throttle, and the back end just kicked out, and I hit the wall on the left-hand side and damaged the wing. But the car was still drivable, but I could feel I wasn't as confident, under braking especially. I felt the rear downforce had just gone a wee bit.
Yeah, well, considering you still showed good pace towards the end of the race, and that's something to give you confidence, I suppose, going into Sepang.
Yeah, it's how do you put it? It's kind of good to be up with the guys who I think are really very quick, and being able to battle with them. And I just think for me it's just experience. I feel a lot more confident this year that I can actually race against these guys and compete against them. And it's great to have the races that we have, because not only when you're driving, they're driving very fair, so you can trust them to a certain extent.
Yeah, that's everything in a race you want, innit? Just to trust with the other drivers.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
It's
trust. It's trust you need. Like I did actually come across one. It was with Rob in the Ferrari. I don't know why he. I nearly took him out when he should have let me by. I think it was Lee was ahead of. It was Lee and Rob were battling.
Yeah.
Lee moved over and let me through, and Rob waited for about three turns or so, and the time he was letting me through was the wrong time. It was right on the turn, and I wasn't expecting it, and I don't know how I missed him, but thankfully nothing happened. I just lost a bit of time. I actually think Tommy lost a bit of time behind as well, because I seemed to get about 2 seconds from him after that.
Right. Well, you guys, Lotus, leave Australia just behind Mercedes. So, do you reckon you could capitalise and get it back in Sepang? Considering your pace in pre-season, anyway.
Yeah, I think so. We just have to do a little bit more. I think testing with race fuel, getting a good car set up, getting the tire temperature correct, and with a little bit of team strategy, I think we can do very well. It's very important this year that we work together as a team for especially the constructors, and see what happens with the Drivers' Championship, after that.
Yeah.
But myself and Luke are working pretty good together, and with a bit of luck, we'll be competitive in the next race.
Indeed. Let's hope for more of that.
Yeah.
Well done today, Joe. Unlucky at the end, but you did show really impressive pace at the beginning. So let's hope we see that in Sepang, and we wish you the best of luck.
Cheers, guys.
And I believe Flo now has Tommy Hagen with him.
Yeah, Tommy. Actually, well done first of all for the podium, P3. Was it unexpected for you, or did you know you have the pace to fight for the podium?
I think I showed that I could fight for the podium, and it's only to stay consistent. That's the main thing.
Yeah. So you're happy with P3, obviously, or you wish you had made a move on Luke for P2?
It was I was in front of Luke when I did a mistake, and I have a spin in turn 4, I think, and it was a little bit bad. He passed me then, so I think that was in my second stint.
Yeah, okay. Looking ahead now, next week is Sepang. You look forward to that and battle for the podium again, or what's your aim?
Yes, I always aim for the podium. Not the top. Alex is a little bit too good, so we will. The rest of us, our losers, could fight about the rest of the places.
Okay, I think well done on the podium, and looking forward to see you again next week.
Thank you.
That was Tommy Hagen with you, your podium finisher in Australia. And now we move on to Simon Maltby, I believe. Are you there, Simon?
Yeah, I'm here. It is Maltby. You're right. Thank you.
Yeah, very good race today. A few incidents mid-part, but a good way to start the season, do you think, or do you think you could have done more?
Well, I set out to finish the race and not get in anyone's way. That was my aim. Could have done a bit better in qualifying. I was about half a second behind what I hoped for. Start of the race was a bit of a shock, being my first race. So, and I got caught up on the start straight, and then narrowly avoided a crash on the first bend. And then I think it was the 6th bend, I hit a Ferrari head on and took my front wing off. So had to go in the pits. Unfortunately, I think I sped in the pits, which is why I got a drive through as well. So
very much incident packed.
Yeah, but after that, I had one corner where I went wide, and after that, I was clean. Took me a while to work out how to let people get by cleanly without holding them up. So I spent some time sort of in first gear at the side of the track, waiting for too many people to come by. But I think I got the hang of that at the end, and I was keeping pace, and then just moving over slightly and letting them pass, and then getting on with onto the line again. So
yeah.
I was really happy to finish. Wish I'd gone a bit faster and not been quite so far behind, but for a first race, I'm quite happy with that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a learning curve for everyone, and considering it was your debut, I thought you did really well. So don't be too disheartened by it.
I'm not disheartened at all. It's what I set out to do. I've achieved it. Thanks to Tommy for helping with tuning, and it's good to see both Caterhams get home.
Indeed, yeah. Tommy on the podium, of course.
Yep.
So looking ahead to Sepang, what do you reckon you could get from there?
Well, unfortunately, I can't make Sepang, which is a real shame. But right. I'm gonna do a bit of the practice for it as well and see how I go, because I need to keep driving and keep learning how to tune. So I'm looking forward to the one after that. Really, shame I can't make next week.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's unfortunate. But still, well done for today, and we'll see you for round 3.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Simon. And that leaves us with our last interviewee, Mr. Lee Miller.
Yay, go me!
P10 Lee in your first race. Well done,
I know.
mate.
I know. We're damn hard for that as well.
It did look fun. Yeah, tell us about it. How did the start go? Because there was quite a few wings.
Tell me about it. I purposely started on the medium tyre, so I thought I'm going to be slower at the start and hopefully catch a few people near the end.
Yeah.
But after that major pile-up, I seen 2 Ferraris, my teammate, all piled up in the corner, so it moved me up the field quicker than I expected. I started to drop back a bit, and then stabilised after that.
Yeah. But it did look like it wasn't going to happen for you, but thankfully Miles didn't look like the look of 4 wheels on his car and got rid of one for you, so it helped you get that crucial point.
That did help, but I was catching him like nearly a second a lap. So it would have been close on the last lap, I think.
Right. That would have been interesting to watch, but yeah. I
Not
think
for
the
me.
pressure got to him, Lee. You made him bin it.
Yeah.
So yeah, good debut for well, not debut, good first race for McLaren. Sadly, Harley got taken out. But looking towards Sepang, can you build on this year and get 2 cars in the points?
Well, I think it was a good thing to start off with a point. I think with Matt taking away points from people that finished, like he said, it makes you work harder for that 1 point. So that felt like a win, to be honest. As for getting anywhere in Sepang, well, hopefully Harley would be okay for that race, because I didn't see what happened. So far back, I didn't see what happened. I only seen the aftermath. So until I see the replay, we'll see what happens. And hopefully score well in Sepang. I know Harley had a good qualification in Oz, so he's got the pace. So hopefully we'll be able to get up there. But it's like there's some fast people ahead of you.
Yeah. Well, not a bad way to start the season, Lee. You've got your point out the way.
Well, you've got to finish, haven't you, to get a point? So
exactly. I was going to quote Ron Dennis then, but he didn't finish first. So.
Maybe one day.
One day. I've had one of those commentaries where I've just been mumbling most of it because
right.
I didn't tell anyone yet, but I won the cup final tonight. So yeah,
been on champagne, have we?
No, I don't drink. So
yeah,
I've just been eating chocolate biscuits instead.
Right.
Woo! But anyway, well done, Lee. And best of luck in Sepang, mate.
Thanks. I hope the commentary was good.
Well, you watch it after and see.
I will do.
That's what it's for, isn't it? So
indeed.
Yeah, go and celebrate with your boys.
Yeah, I think I need a drink. I'm thirsty. It's hard work.
I bet. Alright, thank you very much, Lee Miller. So, yeah, we'll have a quick recap now with the German Meister, that is Florian, and the Brit, that is Matt.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, let's have a quick recap. Incident-packed start to the season. A few restarts that we didn't really want, but when we got underway, it was a massive battle for that podium place.
Yeah, I think it was quite tight behind Alex. He was miles off. So the others have to get back to the drawing board and look where they lose out to him. But behind him, yeah, was all quite close and good battles throughout the field. Some unlucky guys like Harley and Fleming, who crashed lap 1. But I think in Sepang, we'll see a close race.
We can hope. Matt.
Yo.
Yeah. What did you make of the first race of the season?
I thought it was a very good showing. We had a great turnout. Not very many people managed to finish the race, but it always happens in race 1. I'm looking forward to seeing how the season pans out. Got a lot of quick drivers up and down the field. Hopefully the gap to Alex might close a little bit, but yeah, that's it. And hopefully, yeah, good race next week as well when the next race is. So let's hope for even better.
Indeed, yeah.
And also, there are still seats left if anyone wants to join at www.OGLSimRacing.com.
.com, everyone. .com. Impressive debuts from yeah, that's the way to forget a name.
Kevin,
thank you, and Simon as well. Kept it going to the end of the race despite damage, and I said during the commentary that's what you want from drivers, not giving up halfway through after getting a tag on the wall. They kept on fighting and they got themselves to the end.
Yeah, it was very good from them. Of course, there were a few people losing wheels and they wouldn't be able to repair them, which was a shame. But that hopefully will be rectified by next week, so we can see more people to the end of the flag and end of the flag to the flag. I'll do it. And also the safety car will be back in full next week, so we'll see even closer racing.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Get some fuel in that safety car so it runs this time.
You'd find the wheel as well.
Find the wheel. Is it on the left-hand side?
Don't know which where it's from.
Oh well. All right. Thank you very much, Matt, for joining us.
Thank you.
Yep. And we'll just get some final words with Florian.
Yeah, I think we couldn't have asked for more. Yeah. Let's hope it's closer next time. And yeah. I got no
more
words.
finishers. Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Closer racing and more finishers, basically. But yeah, great way to start the season. We've got the point from McLaren, which no one expected. Some new drivers that look very impressive. Very close racing in the midfield, but it was in the end a dominant performance from Alex Cooper, taking pole, fastest lap, and the win by a minute over the rest of the field. We are back next week, so 7 days time for the Malaysian Grand Prix in Sepang. So be sure to tune in, join us, or even sign up, like Matt said, and race. There are still some seats available. So until then, it's goodbye from myself.
And goodbye from me.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for joining us, everyone, and we will see you in 7 days' time.
Bye-bye.